They say if you do what you love, you will never work a day in your life. Let's unpack that shit. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren. I am your resident intuitive baddie. And I did this already in a video where I unpacked a popular saying, and I have another one I want to unpack. I was thinking about how there is such a divide, I feel like, when it comes to this concept. Because there's people who believe that when you turn something you love or something that's more of a hobby into something that you try to make money off of, that it kind of removes the love that you have for it because then it becomes more stressful. It becomes a job. And I feel like this concept doesn't have to be taken so literally. I feel like what it means is more so to just choose something that you actually want to do. The way that I look at it is that when you are doing something that you love or you enjoy, it makes everything that is hard or stressful about it worth it, because you know at the end of the day you're working towards a goal you actually want to work towards, as opposed to when you're just doing something for that paycheck, when you're just doing it because it's the means to an end and you have no fulfillment, or there's just no reason as to why you're doing it. It just feels harder to do because it's like anything that's stressful that comes with it, you just want to complain about because there's no care behind it. There's no reward aside from the paycheck itself. I think about this a lot because if you've been following me enough, you know that I left my job about almost a year ago, almost, and or my day job, so that I could pursue my own stuff, so I could be an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I have quite a few ventures that I'm working with. And my logic when I was leaving was pretty much that, was why would I want to spend 40 hours a week, 8 hours of my day in a place where the energy's whack. I hate, like, all the people are all greedy. I'm away from my child and just putting my energy into things that have no contribution to my life aside from the paycheck. And I can tell you that this year so far has definitely been more challenging, been more difficult, but it's like I don't feel stressed in that way. I don't complain about the things that I have to do. There's so many things that I have to figure out, and while it can be frustrating at times, there's nothing that I do for myself or for these businesses that I don't see as beneficial in some way to me. Whereas when I was at my day job, it was just like, oh, the energy, just knowing that I have to go there, I dread it. And then I'm there and then I'm dreading it and I'm dreading certain people. And then I leave and then I bring that energy with me when I complain about it to others. And it was just such a negative cycle. And there's so many people who are caught up in that. And it's easier to do because there's somebody there that's giving you the structure, that tells you what to do. And in some ways, yeah, you don't have to think about it as much. Whereas as an entrepreneur, there essentially is no structure, and it could feel like you're on it all the time, and that it's on your mind all the time, because there's the stress of, yeah, will it make it? Can I make this work? Can I do this to the best of my abilities? How do I get my products and my services out to other people? Are there other steps that I need to take before I can actually do this? What credentials do I need? What do I need to do so that people will find me more credible so they want to work with me. There's all of these things, but it's like all of these things, when it comes to my own business, are things that are really developing my character. Like even sitting here talking to you guys, like this has been something that has helped my speech and helped me with being physically present with people, being able to talk to people and just get my thoughts out. I've pretty much been an introvert. I've been very shy. You only really get to know me if you're in a smaller group with me. But nowadays, I'm able to go out into bigger crowds and I'm able to talk with everyone. I'm able to strike up a conversation with so many people. And I'm able to really love and enjoy my life because I'm doing all these things that feed my soul. Yeah, when you do what you love, it doesn't really feel like it's working because it just feels like you're living. It feels like life. I feel like people only look at it as, how do I monetize my hobbies, or how do I monetize things that I'm really good at doing? And I don't think it necessarily means that. I think it more so just means to choose something that your heart would be in, choose something that lights you up. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that you have to be an entrepreneur and you can't work for someone else. There are plenty of people who find jobs that just resonate with them more. And I think that's more so what that's saying should be alluding to, as opposed to it being for turning something that you typically do for yourself into something that you have to monetize. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you doing something that you feel you love in any capacity, that is something that feeds your soul? Or do you show up every day to your job hating it and waiting for it to be done? Looking at the clock every second, just being like, yo, when the fuck is this over? When do I get to go home? When is my break? Because if that is the case, you should really consider finding something else, something where being there and going through challenges just isn't so much of a chore. You know what I'm saying? I am a life coach. So if these are some thoughts that you want to work through, if you feel you are meant to go in a different direction, link in the description, email in the description, you can find me. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening. Feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. And until next time, goodbye.